Hello, Mathew, Tamin here from LearnJoomlaFast.com, where we teach you how to create professional websites without being a professional coder. And today I wanted to give you an overview of the brand new SP Pagebuilder version 2.0. And I was so excited to get an email from this guy about this and wanted to just share this with you. Now I want to say that this is the alpha version, meaning that you cannot use this on a production site. In other words, you can't use this on a live website. So if you're going to check this out, do not use it on your live website because it's not a stable release yet. So and to make that very clear here, that do not use it on a production site. And if you go to the very bottom here, and it says that you wouldn't use this on a production site. So I really want to be clear with that, so that you don't download it, out of excitement on your live site, and then something happens and you start to, blame them. But anyway, this is the brand new one. This is used with the React.js, which was developed by the Facebook team. And it's a lot faster, really fast. And I wanted to give you a little in-depth look at the 2.0, the alpha version, and we're going to compare this with the latest release, with the stable release, which was the 1.4. So I have this installed on both sites, and this is the pro version I'm using. But the pro and the free version, they're pretty much the same thing with just some limited items on the free version. So I definitely recommend that you get the pro version because it has a lot there with it. All right, so let's get started with this here. Now this is the old version. This is the 1.4, and right now this is the 2.0 alpha that I've installed here. And I wanted to give you, when you look at it right now, just right off the back, you notice that they've added the little logo and stuff here, as to where this one doesn't have anything. So right there, for branding purposes, that looks really, really good. And you can click on this to go directly to the page. So if you look at it right now, the pages, the categories in the old version, the version 1.4, and the newer version, you have the pages, categories, and you have the media, which is currently still being worked on. So that's one new thing right off the back, just from looking at it. And pretty much the filters, just about the same here. So let's click the new page to get started. And if you notice, see how fast that opened up? And let's click on the new one here. And the older version is fast too, but if you notice that the speed of the new one is, it's a lot quicker. So when you look at the interface here, you notice, you immediately notice the difference. So the older version, right now, you just see new, and you don't really see anything else in terms of this heading section right here. But this one has to Pagebuilder. So for branding purposes, I think this is really, really great, because when you open this one here, you don't know what this is, who it's from. But with the new version, once you click on it, this is SP Pagebuilder, what you are working on. So the new version, there's several new things that they've added, and they'll list those on this site. And I'm just going to give you from my perspective, because I've been using this since it was launched, and so many changes have been made to the newer one that it just keeps getting better and better. All right, so this here is the column. So you have to add the column, and normally you have to go through this to add the column, and then you have to copy, and then you can copy that, and then you have to paste. You have the row add-on options. So everything right now is right here. So let's take a look at the newer version. You have the box layout. Now this is something that is not available with the older one, this box layout. And I love the box layout because there are times when I'm designing a page and I wanted to have one section that's like the flat design, and wanted to have one that's a little boxed in on the same page, without having to create different columns to achieve that. Well, this box layout allows you to do that, to box a page in. And once again, I'm going to be creating some updated tutorials for the SP Pagebuilder 2.0, but I wanted to give a little in-depth look before the alpha is released. So you have to import and the export. You can export and import pages here, so you can export it and do some customizations to it, and import it back. And then you have the load template here, which allows you to load a template. So let's click on this add new row, and let's go to the older version, and you have to add new row. So with the newer one, now when you click on, you can click on this little add new icon here, and it gives you this pop-up, and you can go to general. You can see here, you can go to sliders. So what they've done is they've categorized some of the most popular ones here on the site, like for sliders and social. And I know that over time they're going to be adding some more and categorizing more. So when you go over here, you click on the add-on, this is what it looks like now, and this is what they've done with the newer system. You can search the add-on. You know, it's this one you can search too. So you scroll down here and you can choose whatever add-on that you want to add. So let's go ahead and just choose something here. All right, let's choose this accordion. Okay, now you choose this here and it gives you several options. Let's go to this new one and choose the same thing to the latest version. So this is what it looks like. You don't really have anything else that you can customize on the add-ons with the current one here. So you have just the title, the size, the color, but there's really nothing additional if you wanted to do. But with the newer one here, you notice that you have the same thing, and with the styling, it gives you a little bit more. It's a lot more simpler. So when you look at the margins here, with this one, let's open this here. For the margins, it's a lot it's been simplified a whole lot. So you can really set the margins for the top, the right, the bottom, the left, and the pattern, as to where the older ones you had to put in everything in one line, like right here. You had to put in, for the top, left, bottom, right. So this one breaks it down a little bit more. So this goes for all the add-ons, and you have the radius, which you can set. You can set the border. You can set the title, link, colors, and then for the responsive, this is something too that's new and is really, really big. So let's say you're creating an add-on and you don't want this add-on to be available on desktops, or you just want to hide it on certain devices. Well, you can do that here. Do you want this to be hidden on the tablet? So those that are looking from the tablet, this particular column, they will not be able to see. This particular add-on will not show on there. So this is another feature that you can activate this on, yes or no. And then for the access here, you can set the access. If you wanted to create something where just this particular add-on is not available to the general public, but it's available to the registered users, to different access level, then you can definitely set that. So I'm just going to click here, apply. And let's do the same thing for this one. Let's click on save. So now you can see the difference in how it looks. You can edit the add-on, you can duplicate it, clone it, you can disable it. So if you have certain add-ons that you don't want to be visible, you can just disable this particular add-on, as to where with this one here, they didn't have a feature for you to disable just a particular add-on. In order for that to happen, you had to disable the entire row. So this one is really great because you can disable some add-ons specifically instead of disabling the entire row. Gives you a lot more flexibility and control. And then when you click on the column here, you have the column options, and you can be able to make the necessary changes to the particular column as we just looked at. And you can also create and add a new add-on. And then over here you have the columns section. So with this version here, with the 1.4, whenever you wanted to add a new column, it gives you like this. So you have to put your mouse over here, and then you can choose the column size. And if you want to choose custom, you click on custom, and then you put in the numbers here for the grid, and then you click OK to create it. So what they've done now with this one is a little bit different. It's a little bit different. It's where you put your mouse over here. It shows you the size and what it looks like. And for the custom part, instead of you having to click on something else to get another pop-up, you can put the column dimensions right here. So if there's something here that doesn't fit, or something here that doesn't fit the style that you're looking for, then you can be able to do that. So for example, I'm just going to create, let's say I wanted something the column, I want it to be 1, 10, and 1. So I can just generate a new column with those specific dimensions. All right, and the reason why that didn't show up when I put the 10, 1, 10 is because you have to add the plus sign to it. So I'm going to add 1 plus 10 plus 1. So now I have just created a custom column size for what I want. So I'm going to click generate, and if you notice, it gives you that. And a great thing too is that you can be able to add whatever you want on this particular one. You can customize each add-on here individually with the column options. You can add a new row within this particular column. And then this here is the undo. They didn't have this in the previous version, and I'm so glad that they incorporated it in this new version now, because with the undo, you can be able to undo certain things. In the previous version, if you accidentally did something and you wanted to go back, there wasn't a way for you to go back. You had to just had to redo it again or just delete it. So here on this site, they'll list some of the features. So of course, the undo, the redo, the enable, disable, which I covered, the responsive options, and the media manager. Let's take a look at the media manager. So let's go over. Let's take a look at the older one. So I'm gonna just click here, the add-on, and we are going to choose an image. Now let's go to select image. Okay, this is the current image manager, which they did some updates to it from the earlier versions, and as I mentioned before, it keeps getting better. So let's go now to this one. We're going to add an add-on here. You just got to locate the image, and let's click on the image manager. So right now I don't have an images added, but as you can see, it's a lot better. They've added some more buttons here. You have the browse folder. This one, you have the image, you have video, you have audio, you have attachment, and you can also browse from the folders that are part of your existing website, and it shows you all the media that's there. So the image section here has been improved tremendously, and it's a lot easier for you to get exactly what you are looking for. Now, the result that you get once you publish a page on the front end is the exact same thing. Nothing changes. So it's pretty much there. So let me just choose this add-on here and apply. And I'm going to, okay, another thing too here is to save the button here. In the older versions, let's go back here. You have save and save and close, but what they've done is they've incorporated the save and close, save and new. This too is something that's new from the newer version. In the older version, the 1.4 and prior, they didn't have a save and new, and I'm glad that they did this, because there are times when I wanted to save and new, create a new page right after, but you have to save and then come back and reopen it. So you have save and close, save and new, and save as copy, which is something that is really important to have. So I'm just going to click on this one here, just give it a title, test, and then just click on save. So when you click on save, you've activated this preview button. So in the older ones, let's click save here. So once you do that, you activate the preview button. But in the older ones, let me put a title. You have the view page here, but this one they added it at the very top, which makes a lot of sense because your eye normally just goes to here. So you click on preview, and then you can be able to preview the page. So that's what we just added. And both of these, the load time for both of them are, night and day. This one, no one loads a lot faster. So that's pretty much everything, in terms of this new version. And it has those features that I just covered really great. So when the stable version is released, you definitely want to get this on your site. And I'm going to be updating the tutorials that I created so that you can be able to follow along, a little easier. But those changes there are really big, and they're doing a really fantastic job. This one you can download it by going to the blog and clicking on the very bottom here if you want to give it try it out and kind of see what it's like. So I definitely recommend that you don't put this on your live production website. Once again, do not put this on the production website. It's amazing how people, with excitement sometimes can just rush in and put in the site, and then when something happens, they want to blame the developers for it.